have two of Wyndham's most loved larrikins here with me today to talk about all things stroke. I've got Stewie Gregg and Bob Carey-Grieve, fellas.
Thank you very much. Much loved larrikin, absolutely. It's names that we probably wear proudly, Bob. Great to be here. Thanks, Caitlin, with my brother from another mother, Bob. We are here talking all things stroke awareness. It is Stroke Week, and we are here because we're involved with the wonderful people at the Stroke Foundation, Bob.
Now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum.
My name is Bob Carey-Grieve. I'm the team leader at Saltwater Community Centre, and indeed we are here representing the Stroke Foundation on Stroke Week. And we're going to tell you a little bit about why we're here. First of all, I had a stroke back in 2016, two at the same time, and they happened whilst I was asleep, which is a little bit of a surprise when I woke up. Stu, what happened to you?
Well, I wasn't as greedy as you. I only just had one stroke, but I had a stroke.
Try harder next time.
No, I had a stroke, unfortunately, at the end of 2020, in November of 2020. I had a DVT in my leg, which I didn't know about. It dropped a clot into my blood. It got through a hole in my heart, which I didn't know I had, and made its way to the basilar artery in my brain, causing me a bit of bit of mischief, unfortunately. So we're here as stroke survivors. Since our strokes, we are very lucky. We are okay, and I speak collectively. Both Bob and I have counted our lucky stars several times. We are doing okay, but we are really keen and passionate about stroke awareness, and so we've been involved in the Stroke Foundation since our individual strokes as stroke awareness speakers. So today we join you not as amazing rat bag colleagues as Caitlin will have you think, but as stroke awareness speakers. So today we are going to talk about stroke. So what is stroke, Bob?
The beat is just one drum. What might be right for you may not be right for some.
A stroke can be a blood clot or a bleed in the brain, and whichever way it happens, what it's doing is it's cutting off the oxygen supply to your brain, and approximately every 12 minutes a piece of brain the size of a pea is going to die. And that's, for some of us who don't have an awful lot of brain to spare, that's quite a significant amount of brain to lose. So that's it's really important that if you do suspect that someone is having a stroke, that you get an ambulance as soon as you possibly can. So I guess the question is, how would you recognise if somebody is having a stroke?
Right song, man is born, he's a man of peace.
So there is a nationally sort of recognised acronym that we use. You can probably guess it's on a poster behind Bob. It's FAST. The acronym of FAST talks specifically to the signs of stroke, which are quite common. So as you can see, F is for face, and what we're looking for there is when sometimes when people stroke, they have paralysis, and so you'll see a droop in their face, particularly, which will make it hard for them to smile. You will see a distinct lag in the side of their mouth or their eye. You can often ask them to smile and show their teeth, to see if they can use those muscles in their face. A is for arm. Again, with that sort of paralysis stuff, you can lose strength and function of your arm. So we ask to raise the roof, to put both arms up in the air, to see if you suspect stroke, if you can use both arms equally. And even around strength, you can sort of squeeze fingers.
Start a Mexican wave, and if everyone can join in, we're all okay.
That's right. So F is for face, A is for arm, S is for speech. Can the person talk? When I had my stroke, my speech was stolen. It was like my mouth was glued shut. It was quite terrifying. Or not only that, is what they're saying understandable? And on the flip side, can they understand what you're saying? In some situations, people find it hard to understand what other people are saying. So F is for face, A is for arm, S is for speech, and T, my friends, is for time. As Bob mentioned before, when the brain is starved of blood-rich oxygen, it dies very, very quickly. So T is for time. If you suspect stroke, you need to pick up the phone and dial 000 and get an ambulance to you as quickly as you can. Even if the symptoms subside, you still need to call an ambulance. If you suspect stroke, you call an ambulance. F is for face, A is for arm, S is for speech, and T is for time.
A man is born, he's a man of peace. Let alone come to, they got nothing but genes.
Tell us about reducing risks, Bob.
There's a number of ways you can reduce your risks because 80% of strokes are preventable. Now, this is going to sound very ironic, but as a Scottish guy is now going to tell you that you need to eat well. So that means when you're getting your dinner through the week, you want to make sure you're getting all the different colours. You want all the reds and all the oranges and all the greens. If everything looks like it came out of a deep fat fryer, that's probably not the healthiest of diets. So a lot of variety, cover all your bases, all your major food groups. Booze, wonderful as it is not actually going to help you if you're drinking it on a regular basis. You want to maybe think about cutting down, have a couple of days off a week. You could just keep that down to a couple of units a day, and you know what, you'll be doing yourself a whole lot of favours.
They got different strokes to take, different strokes to take.
Quitting cigarettes will half your chance of having a stroke. Looks great in 1980s, doesn't look so good in 2022. So that's a great way of reducing your risks right there. And the final one is just get on top of your numbers. Make an appointment with your GP. You want to get on top of your blood pressure and your blood sugar numbers. And if they're a little bit out of whack, don't you worry, because your doctor's going to give you plenty of great advice about how to keep yourself healthy and how to get those numbers back down again.
Excellent. Thank you, Bob. That was wonderful.
Different strokes to the world.
And one of the beautiful things is if you take those pieces of advice on board, it sets you up for a healthier lifestyle anyway, and absolutely goes towards reducing your risk of heart ailments as well. We had the wonderful people from the Heart Foundation out only a few months back, thanks to Caitlin, and all of the risk factors they talked about in reducing risks correlate perfectly well, are so aligned with reducing stroke risk as well. So reduce your stroke risk, reduce your heart risk.
You can look this good too.
You could look as good as Bob does. Yeah, look, so what we will be doing, apart from doing all these amazing awareness things, in October, there's World Stroke Awareness Day. So we are going to be running a series of health sessions, of health check sessions, where we'll be testing blood pressure and talking all things reducing risks. So please keep a lookout for those sessions. They will come out to the depot. We'll have a yarn with you fine folk out there. We'll be doing things at Civic and at a few community centres as well. But yeah, don't forget the signs of stroke are fast, face, arm, speech, time, reduce your risk by eating better, drinking less, quitting smoking, moving more, going to your doctor and knowing your numbers. Thanks so much, Caitlin, for the opportunity to have a yarn with you and these fine people today.
Thank you so much, fellas, for your vulnerability, for sharing your stories. I know it's a really hard thing to talk about, but we appreciate you and we're so glad that you're here to spread your message. So thank you so much. And remember, don't delay. If you think you're having a stroke and you're doing those checks, call an ambulance. Thanks, fellas, and we'll see you in October with these health checks.